So are we supposed to start the podcast?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
She's back.
I remembered.
Patriots, gay-triots, they-triots. I saw somebody in the comment section, a black lady, said, I'm a black triot.
I love that.
Yeah.
Black triot.
Everybody wants in on Asshole Island.
They do.
I'm here for it.
Completely here for it.
Yeah,
The more the merrier.
Yes. As everybody knows, this is America's top DEI podcast.
I don't know why that cracks me up every time.
We are the top DEI podcast, proud allies of the Rainbow Mafia, and proud supporters of human rights and fierce MAGA slayers.
Fierce MAGA haters on top of that.
Hate. Fucking idiots.
Total idiots. Like, I'm embarrassed for these people. I really am.
You know what? I mean, you think they would be embarrassed for themselves, but the extra work that they take to humiliate themselves online is breathtaking.
Right. I mean, I think that long ago I discovered these people have no shame. Like shame, I think a good amount of shame and fear is a good thing. These people, MAGA is what happens when people have no shame. That's exactly what they don't care
no
how
intellect.
Dumb. Well, I think that goes without saying.
All right, Pumps, what have you had it with?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I've had it with. And I mean, I have had it. I have had it when the instructions, when you sit down for a show are, do not record this with your iPhone. It could endanger the performers. And they pull out their phone and they record it. So I've had it on many levels. I've had it with people that record everything. They walk around and record everything. Enjoy your life. Don't record it. And guess what? There is nobody on the planet that wants to watch anybody else vacation videos of them walking down a street. Secondly, I've had it when the people ask you when you're at a show, please do not record because the phone light impacts and could compromise the safety of the performer. And they pull their phone out. This happened to me twice. I was at a Cirque show over the weekend. And you know how they do, like they're on bars, they're holding themselves up in the air. Like it's dangerous. This stupid woman, I'm confident she was MAGA. She pulls out her phone to record and the light is like, the flashlight is on because she's recording and it's dark. So the ushers have to run down, shine a light in her eye. Okay, you'd think once is enough, she won't do it again. The exact same person does it again. And I wanted to stand up and I wanted to say, are you entitled? Are you dumb? Do you not give a shit about other people? Are you just a dick? And the answer I would have respected most is a dick because at least she would be acknowledging that she doesn't give a flying fuck about anybody but herself and all the people at home who are dying to watch her video from her vacation. You stupid twat.
Yeah, it's the cell phones are such a mixed bag for me.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I have one at times. And there are other times where I wish it was never invented at all. But the idea of filming something, like you were in Vegas, right?
Right.
Where YouTube has better quality video, I don't understand this. Like people are just filming something that you can actually then go to the internet and find a much better camera angle, much better quality of filming. And then you can be like, I was right there.
Right. That's my exact thought when this was happening. I was like, why doesn't, if she's so dying to preserve this for the rest of her life, why doesn't she just go to YouTube and get a decent video instead of her stupid cell phone? I mean, I couldn't stand her. I wanted to just run over there and grab that cell phone and throw it on the ground and stomp on it. But I didn't.
This is why I hate Vegas.
I
It is
hate
just
Vegas.
a huge concentration of stupid people making bad decisions.
It is riffraff city.
It is riffraff, knick-knack, paddywhack, throw a dog a bone. I just am not a big Vegas person.
No, I'm not either.
And it feels so artificial. And so like, look, we made Paris. Look, we made the Egyptian pyramids. Look, I've had it. I've had it with Vegas.
Yeah, I don't love Vegas, but I do like the shows, and I really liked the concert I went to.
Excellent. Okay, let me tell you what I've had it with. I've had it with signs in yards where people identify where their children goes to school. I don't think that this is something that needs to be like elevated.
Right.
Like everybody's kids go to school except for the weird compound-ridden homeschooler psycho people. Everybody goes to school. When we grew up, there weren't signs in the yard notifying everybody in the neighborhood that my parents were doing their job by sending me to school, or that I was a cheerleader, or that my neighbor played basketball. And I think that like this is just like the bare minimum thing that kids do as they go to school. Some kids have extracurricular activities. Some people don't. We don't need to put a sign in the yard indicating that our child is attending school. This is what kids do. If you're a kid, you go to school. I don't know why this is a thing. My youngest son is a senior in high school. I've never put one sign in my yard. I think it's embarrassing. I think you're celebrating the bare minimum thing that a child has to do. And I know there's going to be somebody going, well, but my son played basketball or my daughter was a cheerleader. So what?
Everybody's kid is something.
It's enough. And then then when this generation gets to work and people are like, God, they're basket cases. Well, I wonder why.
Right.
Everything they've done their entire life has been celebrated, starting when they were conceived at the gender reveal party. And then it just escalates from there, where you're celebrating all of these basic, pedestrian, non-celebratory accomplishments. We have got to bring back celebrating cool things, celebrating the extraordinary.
Right.
I am so tired of celebrating ordinary things that it's difficult for me to come up with compliments when somebody does something extraordinary, because I feel like everything is just complimented to the hilt, and I've had it.
I completely think that is a wonderful habit. And it starts with the participation trophies. Like, instead of the winner gets a trophy because they won, everybody gets a trophy because they participated. I feel like that's where it starts. Probably starts before then, but that's like, you're not going to walk into work and everybody goes, oh my gosh, Jennifer, you came to work today. Oh my gosh, that's so great. Nobody cares. That's the expectation.
I have an idea.
Okay.
All right. So what we can do, adding on to our toddler advocacy program, we could also have normalizing celebrating adults that do their jobs.
Right.
So in my yard, I'll put home of an interior designer and home of a shitty podcaster signs. And then you can put the same in your yard just to show how stupid it is, because most adults have a job and go to work. We're not putting signs in our yard.
No.
And to the participation trophies, I understand that like there's been this psychological movement that we want all kids to feel good at all times. And if somebody wins an award and somebody doesn't, their feelings can get hurt. And I understand the psychology behind that. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or the skunk at the garden party. However, I think that we're missing the point that adulthood is about disappointment.
Right.
I am disappointed all the time as an adult. It's how you manage your disappointment that matters. And if you're not preparing your kids that, first of all, sports, there's always a winner and there's always a loser. And most of the time, the majority of the time, you're going to be the loser unless you're just some exceptional, gifted genetic freak. And I just think that this is bananas. I think celebrating that you and I showed up here today would be ridiculous. And everybody has a job. Right. All kids go to school. Shut the fuck up about it. I've had it.
I completely agree. And let's not forget to mention that it's a law that you have to go to school. So just because you're following the law and going to school, nobody needs a sign in their yard. I will tell you, we were driving by the other day. There, normally that like the first day of senior year, people are like, proud parent of a senior graduate 2025. This woman had a sign in her yard for her child's graduation in May of 2026. She's 2 years ahead of the curve. And I just want to knock on her door and say, you need to shut the fuck up.
This is the reason the United States of America is ranked so low in education compared to other developed nations, because we're celebrating graduating from high school to an extreme where it should just be like, yeah, this is a part of it. Like, you have to graduate from high school. We're making it into this huge, huge, huge accomplishment that of course we say, I'm so proud of you. This is great. You're about to start the next chapter. But the sign in the yard, 1,900 graduation parties, 19 million posts.
The pictures.
Oh my God. It's just like, and then these kids go out into adulthood. And then once everybody's coddled, babied, helicoptered, tomahawk choppered over them forever, these Gen Zers, then they get into the workforce and they have no coping skills. They can't manage their emotions. Nobody's having it. Oh my God, you arrived at work on time today. Let's do a photo and post it up on Instagram. And so they're like, they don't have the social skills or the hustle or the grit to handle it. And then the same people that coddled them are like, you guys are pussies.
Right.
And so it's just like they can't
win.
Right. And I think that we have to stop celebrating the bare minimum and stop celebrating normalcy.
Okay. I don't want to add fuel to the fire, but this just popped in my head. What about a kindergarten graduation?
I can't take it.
I cannot. That is the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my entire life. That is so stupid. I don't know when this started, but it is stupid. It is unnecessary. And I really feel like it's on the parents and the school for allowing it.
It is. I think the schools sometimes allow the parents to have too much power.
Way too much.
And I think you shouldn't have homeroom moms.
Nope.
I don't think you should have a bunch of moms up there choppering around. I just, in a kindergarten graduation is so breathtakingly stupid. Mm-hmm. My kids' school didn't have that. Did yours?
I know they started having it like maybe the second. I don't think they had it for the first child, but I definitely know that I've been to a couple. Yeah. And I thought they were stupid then. I think it's stupid now. A lot of stupid things came out of that school, though. I mean, that would just be low on the totem pole of stupid.
Welcome to I've Had It. I'm Jennifer.
I'm Angie.
She is America's everything.
Your favorite DEI everything.
Mm-hmm. Kylie's here with us today. Kylie.
Hi.
Hi.
I've got a couple reviews for you.
Okay.
This one is 5 stars titled Life Saving. And they write, this podcast and these amazing women are saving my life every day with humor and relatable angst. Not all heroes wear capes, but apparently they are all well-dressed and blonde. Thank you for making me laugh through the madness.
Oh my gosh.
That's so nice.
Never in my entire life did I would think that would be applied to me, but I love that.
It's
Thank
so
you.
Nice.
Okay, and this next one is a 1 star.
Okay.
Titled Libtard Garbage. And they write, yet another libtard garbage podcast that cannot be reasonable or unbiased even for a minute.
That's true.
I agree.
That's 100% true. We are libtards. We are not reasonable, and we are incredibly biased. I do think we're worthy of a 2 to 3 star, though.
I agree. Even with the passion that we have for our libtardness.
Right. I think
that should get a star.
I think a 2 to 3 star would be far more appropriate. Okay, I have a couple of news stories I would like to share with you all. First one is getting angry at people when we listen to them breathing or eating is called misophonia and is an actual brain disorder. Feeling irritated by sounds like breathing or eating is known as misophonia, a strong emotional reaction to specific noises. Common triggers include chewing, slurping, heavy breathing, often leading to anger or anxiety.
Okay, let me ask you a question, because I only have that kind of annoyance with those type things if I don't like the person. So that's got to be some kind of selective. It doesn't apply across the board for me.
I think sometimes, like, I will say, sometimes when I hear you vaping through my earphones, bugs the shit out of me. And I think it's because I hear it all the time and I hear this and I look over and it's lighting up and you're just like, and I'm just like, oh my, and I don't know. I think it's probably because I don't want you to do it.
But if you were more irritated with me, it would bug you more than a day when you're not irritated with me at all, don't you think?
It bugs me.
All the time?
Yeah.
See, certain things bug me, but only when the person bugs me.
But you don't bug me in general. I think it's me not wanting you to vape. So when I see you do it, I'm like, God, I wish you'd quit vaping. And
right. But it is an annoying
and then
sound.
It's a slight, what's it called? Misophonia.
But I do think there are certain people that it gets triggered no matter what.
I think at some point, whenever you're married to somebody,
yes,
you experience this. And it's so crazy how you go from like, you're in love, you can't wait to be around each other, pheromones are popping off. And then you think, okay, we're going to get married and our marriage is going to be so different.
Perfect.
We are going to really crack the case on this relationship thing. And most people believe that, like, oh no, we're different, or we're not like that, or my husband and I aren't like this. My wife would never do this. And then you get to a point where you've got a couple kids, you got bills, you know, the hammered dog shit of life is just kind of raining down on you. And you're like looking over like, I don't want to fuck him tonight. I just can't do it. And then you start looking at the way they're breathing. And then you're like, I hate the oxygen going in and the carbon dioxide going out. I hate every part of it.
I have to say, I think you can like extrapolate that to anybody you live with. I just think living in close quarters.
I agree.
Because even your kids who you love more than anything, there are days that you're just like, anytime you live with, I think living with people is hard.
It's very difficult. It's difficult to share. Okay, the next news story is poking fun at your other half makes your relationship stronger, and it's the inside jokes between couples that cement a bond. Studies indicate that affectionate teasing, when done with respect, can boost attraction and help partners navigate conflicts more easily by reducing tension. It allows couples to celebrate each other's quirks in a way that builds intimacy rather than causing harm. Inside jokes, meanwhile, serve as a private language between partners, creating shared moments of laughter and reinforcing emotional closeness. Experts note that couples who frequently joke together tend to have stronger, more resilient relationships, as humor enhances positivity and helps maintain a sense of connection through everyday life's ups and downs. And I have to say, I can go from hating the way Josh breathes, hating the way he eats, hating him, hating his parents for making him.
Right.
I mean, like, I can go back to the genesis of the situation. And then he will joke around with me and we both start dying laughing. And he knows the exact moment to do it. Like when I am just like, you know, steam is coming out of my head. And then he starts joking around with me. And then I feel fondness and affection and all of the things. And a lot of times he's joking around at me. Like, he knows that I like to have a little bit of chocolate after a meal. And so we'll eat something and I'll go into the bathroom or something. And I come back out and I'm digging in the chocolate bowl and he always raises up and he's like, oh, what's she doing? Is she diving in for some chocolate? Oh, there she goes. And he narrates, and he's always joking around with me about stuff. And I do him as well.
Yeah, I think joking around between any kind of partnership, female, male, spouse, not spouse, roommate, just makes things easier.
All right, listener, this is a PSA for any of you that rent. If you haven't heard of Built, you're about to thank us. Earning points on rent is now a reality when you pay your rent through Built.
What's so great about Built is everyone has to pay for their housing. You don't have to fly on an airline. This is real world money that you can use for your budget on a monthly basis.
Listener, there is no cost to join Built, and as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world you can redeem your Built points towards. So, if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not? Listener, start earning points on your rent you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/hadit. That's joinbilt.com/hadit. Make sure to use our URL so they know that we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/hadit to start earning points on your rent payments today. When you think about businesses large and small, there seems to be this common thread through all of them. If you're podcasters like Pumps and Me and we sell merch, or if you're a big time retailer, the one common thread is Shopify.
Shopify is so great for any size business because it's so user-friendly and helps your business get off the ground without overwhelming the business owner.
Listener, nobody does selling better than Shopify. It is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not-so-secret secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Listener, upgrade your business and get the same checkout as Alo Yoga. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/hadit, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/hadit to upgrade your selling today. Again, that's shopify.com/hadit. This episode of I've Had It is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes and could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance and affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states. Let me tell you something that we have to discuss.
Okay.
Because you know Josh as well as I do.
Okay. Yeah.
And so longtime listeners, y'all know my husband. He's vain, total metrosexual, cares a lot about his hair, a lot about his facial cream products, his outfits, all the stuff. I mean, really vain, really shallow, all the stuff. So he has this problem, and I can never really reconcile it, because the amount of time that he puts into preparing his outfits, his hair, his face, getting beard trims, all of the stuff. The way he is built, when he sits down, his pants always kind of fall a little bit. And you always see about a half an inch to an inch of ass crack.
Oh, I've seen so many ass cracks from him. Every time I see the top of his ass crack.
And so here's what amazes me about this. He cares so much about his outfits. We have been on trips before and gone down to breakfast at the hotel, and he feels really good about his outfit. Something happens in breakfast, and then he decides that this outfit is not the outfit for him. And he goes back up, makes me and the boys wait in the lobby to do a costume change before we go out in a town where nobody fucking knows who we are. But all the time, we're on airplanes, we're at my son's basketball games, we're at Oklahoma City Thunder games. He's been over, or he's just sitting there and he's kind of leaned over, and there's an ass crack showing. And I have told him, Josh, your ass crack is showing. And he almost goes, well, there's nothing I can do about it. And then I'm like, wait a minute. You torture all of us waiting on you so that you can tend to all of this primping and all of these things to do. And then you don't have a fuck to give when it comes to your ass crack showing in public?
I wonder if it's because he is the ass crack extraordinaire.
It's something else, isn't it?
And it really, I had never thought about the juxtaposition.
Right. I've been thinking about the juxtaposition lately. That tells you we're in a good place in our marriage where this is what I'm analyzing about him.
There were times when this would have been the dream marriage.
This would have been the gift
dream
problem.
Yes. If that would be my problem, I'd be the happiest person
Why
in the
doesn't he
universe.
care about his ass crack showing?
Here's two things. Number one, maybe he can't feel it because it's never down far enough where he could, like a plumber's crack. It's just the first little top. And I have put my finger in the top of the crack before. I've just been like, hey, and pushed it, and then he'll pull it up. So it's either he can't feel it, or because he can't see it, he just doesn't care.
That's what I think. I think it's a toddler-like. You know how toddlers think if they can't see you, you can't see them. And I think it's not in front of him. And so I about a year ago, I kind of got more aggressive. I'm like, you spend all this time and energy curating your appearance, and then you bend over and your ass crack shows and everybody sees it on airplanes, airports, basketball games, etc., restaurants. Why don't you get some underwear that covers your ass crack all the way so that we don't have this plumber ass with, this haircut that you brag about that you think is so spectacular. Like, the juxtaposition is just maddening. So he started working on it underwear wise. But recently we were at a basketball game for our son Roman, and he's sitting on the bleacher right in front of me. And I just look down and I see this ass crack, and Roman's team started losing. So I just really started like hyper fixating on it, just like this article was. And I was just like, what is the psychology behind this? I need to talk to Pumps about this. So I thought, might as well talk about it on the podcast.
We might have some listeners that have the exact same problem personally or with someone close to them that could help us out.
All right. Today we are going to review with our listeners, stupid people falling for stupid things on the internet. And as you know, there are satire websites like The Onion. And so many people fall for this stuff and really get like keyboard courage and really defend their positions against an article that is satire. And it is breathtakingly hilarious. And this is called Eating the Onion when people fall for it. So the first one that we have, Pumps, scientists trace heat wave to massive star at the center of the solar system.
Okay.
Somebody responds, "It's the fucking sun, you stupid fucking fake news media motherfuckers. This is not new. Jesus God, read a book. Liberals will never cease to amaze me." And it's important to put that back up. It's important to point out that he spells cease as S-E-E-S. S-E-E-S instead of cease.
The biggest giveaway for all these people that have keyboard courage that they're stupid is they cannot spell nor use contractions appropriately. That's always your first clue.
Okay. Here is a Onion Reddit. And the Onion posts, "Every American child wakes up to coal in their stockings after parents elected Trump." Black Dog Dexter responds, "Sure, liberal. At least they are allowed to celebrate it under Trump."
This is one of the things that irritates me to no end is this, you can only have Christmas under Trump. Christmas won. Christmas wins every year, every holiday. They're the winner. Whether it's Trump, it doesn't matter who it is, the president. People celebrate Christmas.
It shows you how stupid these people are, that they always fall for the lowest hanging fruit argument. And that while they're out shopping, and it's in the United States of America and most Western countries around December 25th, it is an explosion of Christmas shit everywhere. That while they're in such a setting or watching TV and it's all Christmas commercials, that they would fall for this. It shows how breathtakingly stupid these people are. What a low intellect they have. All right. Next up, the Onion Post. Federal government announces they've hidden briefcase full of slavery reparations somewhere in the continental U.S. Allie the Cabbage responds, "This is insane. First off, reparations are crazy and not something we should be doing. However, at the same time, there are logistical issues with this. Number one, does only one person get it? Number two, what if a white person finds it? Oh no, is that systemic racism all of a sudden? And also, how do we keep people safe during this? Not surprised that the Biden administration is the one who came up with this harebrained idea."
Well, at least we know he or she was not a racist at all, the person that wrote that.
Okay, the next one up, there is an image of a person falling off of a fence into the hands of two men that say "police ICE." And the Onion uses this image and writes the headline, "ICE agents hurl pregnant immigrant over Mexican border to prevent birth on U.S. soil." Tara responds, "I don't know if this is satire or not, but it's articles like this that are creating so many problems, giving false ideology. He is clearly catching her." Okay. The Onion Post. Caitlin Clark brushes off 23 stab wounds from own teammates. Clearly satire.
Clearly.
Well, Allie the Cabbage is back. And she says, Why are they allowed knives on court? Are they actual knives? I assume not. But instead, I assume they are probably parts of shoes, etc. Shouldn't they design gear to be safe and not sharp? Classic WNBA woke bullshit. Maybe spend time being careful and making a good sport. Oh, wait, they can't even design gear properly. Oh, why won't anyone watch? Crying, laughing emoji, crying, laughing emoji.
Boy, she spends a lot of time responding to fake news.
Okay, the next one is a picture of the president of China, Xi. And the headline says, Pentagon officials panic after Chinese president shows up to fight them in parking lot. And Robbie Led responds, this wouldn't happen if Trump were president.
Oh my gosh. I don't understand.
All right. The Onion posts a picture of Jeff Bezos releasing drones. And it says, fly, my pretties, says Jeff Bezos, releasing swarm of Amazon drones to hunt down nude photos. And somebody responds, kudos to you, Jeff Bezos. Fuck the media. They are ruining our country. Glad you are fighting back.
How did we get there?
These people that live in the right-wing media echo chamber, it's like they only have like 5 arguments. And it's like transgender,
Drag
the
queen.
media,
Yeah.
immigrants, war on Christmas. And it's just like you just repeat, rinse and repeat. And that's their argument on everything.
Right. It always goes down to those factors regardless. Libtards, you're woke.
This episode of I've Had It is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, you guys, Pumps and I are so lucky that we have each other as a support system and have for 25 years. But sometimes I feel like I constantly have the same problem, and I know she's tired of hearing about it. This is when my BetterHelp therapist comes in, and it's so great to be able to log in and talk to a neutral party about the stuff that tortures me inside my brain.
Sometimes you just have to talk to someone that's not emotionally attached to you or your problems because they have the best perspective. And that's why I love my BetterHelp therapist. I love that I can do it from home. It's so easy, convenient, and I do not feel this massive impatience like I do when I'm at a doctor's office waiting.
Listener, Pumps and I have both benefited immensely from therapy. And because we're both working, the ability to be able to use BetterHelp and just go out to your car, run home, go into a closed office and do it over your lunch hour, it makes it so convenient. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. You can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Build your support system with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/hadit to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hadit.
Some might say Homes.com is the best home shopping site. Could it be because it has a sleek, spam-free site or the most in-depth school info? Homes.com knows every parent wants the best for their kids, so they're the only ones with school and district details and reviews from multiple sources, including niche. It may be Homes.com's super comprehensive and transparent agent directory, or maybe it's that Homes.com is the only site that always directly connects you with the listing agent who knows the home best. Perhaps it's because Homes.com has the most in-depth neighborhood content of any home shopping site that's extensively researched to highlight the personality of each neighborhood. Homes.com has 22 data visualization layers, 7 environmental layers, and allows you to search by commute and architectural factors. It's the home search you've been searching for. Go to Homes.com today for home shopping the way it should be. Homes.com, we've done your homework.
Today's episode is sponsored by the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program. Listener, Pumps and I are obsessed with our dogs. I mean, we would move heavens and earth to make sure that these dogs are cared for. And when you have a pet, you love taking care of them because in their own way, they take care of you. But even if you're the best pet parent in the world, unpredictable things can happen. Fortunately, you can always give your care a boost with ASPCA Pet Health Insurance.
Having pets should not be hindered by how much it costs for their health insurance. Ollie, my new puppy, has had several things, and I'm so grateful that I have health insurance for him because the costs are high.
That's right, listener. Vet bills can really add up, especially when you're least expecting it. And it's simple. All you have to do is use the ASPCA app to submit a claim, and you'll receive reimbursement for eligible vet bills directly into your bank account. To explore coverage, visit aspcapetinsurance.com/hadit. That's aspcapetinsurance.com/hadit. Again, that's aspcapetinsurance.com/hadit. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance. Okay, The Onion Post, 2-year-old unaware he's basis for 6 couples' decision not to have kids. Has a picture of a darling 2-year-old, and he has no idea. And Wally Jones responds, I hope this child never sees this. Whoever wrote this probably thinks they wrote a clever or cute story. I think it's terrible. All kids have their moments.
So she's just defending all kids. She's mad about it.
I'll tell you what the biggest walking advertisement is for not breeding is Elon Musk having all these kids.
Agree.
I mean, it is just like, it makes me want to make sure that nobody is breeding if he's breeding.
Right. Especially 14 times. I just wonder, I just do sit and kind of ponder the super faith and family, purity culture that is supporting this guy in such massive numbers, how they reconcile that. I would love to know that.
I don't think they can. I think that anytime you talk to any of these faith and family people, their logic falls apart so quickly. That's why they have to stay deeply embedded in their church groups, in their right-wing media echo chamber, because the minute you start asking, questions, it all falls apart.
And I'm stupid for asking that question because having been in that, logic is not an issue. And you always go into denial that you're right, you're better than other people, it can't happen to you, that kind of thing. So what Elon Musk's doing, it couldn't happen to a good faith and families person.
Right. So. Okay. Here's a post. Frito-Lay changes color of Cheetos to avoid association with Trump. And the color of the image that's popped up, listener, is green Cheetos. And then, of course, the comments are great. Somebody posts, cheese is naturally yellow-orange. Green cheese indicates fuzzy, moldy cheese. Won't be eating any soon. I will go with the store brand Cheetos. Somebody else posts, they've lost my business. Wow. These businesses, they are so childish.
That's rich.
Another girl, color looks nasty. And then somebody else posts, if you're triggered by a color, then you need to resolve what's deep inside yourself. Liberalism is becoming a mental disorder. And then somebody else posts, I love these things, but I will never buy another one as long as they are green. I love my president. Go Trump.
You know what's interesting? What we didn't see in these responses? Well, he's not orange. Nobody said that.
Touche.
Yeah.
That's a great response. Okay. Somebody posts, breaking. Trump to call Super Bowl with Tom Brady in surprise live broadcast. Trump allegedly says, too many foreign names on the field if you ask me. Chrissy responds, well, I'm pretty sure the top half of this post was not accurate, and I looked like an asshole in front of all my coworkers saying at least I said I read somewhere. Obviously, I read it online, and it was not true because he did not announce or be a commentator or anything. He was just the first president to be at the game. God, I feel so stupid. At least she can admit it.
Right. At least she admits it's so stupid.
Okay. Somebody posts, Man who identifies as a 5-year-old dominates kids at jiu-jitsu class. And somebody responds, now this is just wrong on so many levels. I don't care what he identifies as, he is not 5.
These people get wound up.
Okay, the Onion posts. God admits he rarely forgives. And somebody replies, bullcrap news.
Have these people never taken the time to like Google the Onion? I guess not.
Well, and it shows you how gullible they are, how they fall for all of the misinformation and disinformation that is in the right-wing media echo chamber at large. Like when I see something on Twitter or on social media and it sounds kind of crazy, if I'm interested in it, I go and vet the information. These people believe everything at face value. That's why they are Trumpers.
Well, they just have no ability to critically think or rationalize. None.
Okay, the Onion post, SpaceX reveals all 400 dogs on Falcon rocket failed to survive trip. And somebody posts, oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on? Send some fucking Democrats up into space. Send Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Obama, and Hillary spelled Hillery. This must stop. This is animal cruelty. I'm going to file a complaint with the right people. Thanks for sharing this.
A real champion for dog rights.
One of these sites posted, breaking, Apple CEO Tim Cook fires himself for not being black. And somebody responds, whoa, another level of wokeness.
Oh my gosh. And this just explains so much about Trump voters. Truly.
Okay, the Onion post. Judge rules white girl will be tried as black adult. Somebody responds, absolute disgusting ruling at real Donald Trump. Please help her. With crying face emojis. All right, the Onion post, sweating RFK Jr. performs self-surgery to extract Big Mac from stomach. And somebody responds, I don't think that would be necessary. One hamburger is not going to kill you. Okay. Here's a satire post. TheHardTimes.net satire post. Scarlett Johansson cast as first black James Bond. This person responds to, what a load of bullshit. I am so glad I am not a James Bond fan.
Oh my God. Like really? Like I get caught on satire sometimes, but I always ask. I certainly don't comment before I ask.
Okay, here's one. Christian Living post. In honor of Pride Month, Chick-fil-A waffle fries will be seasoned with salt from Lot's wife. And somebody responds, people, I know you love Chick-fil-A, but if we don't take some kind of stand, you will be speaking Chinese in 2 years, if you can.
Again, how did we get here from this Chick-fil-A fries? I don't get it.
Okay, the Onion post. Christmas-obsessed woman worships Christ year-round. Somebody responds, it's called being a Christian. Duh. Yeah. Yeah. So that's, I mean, you know, I think that when you see people that eat the onion, you know immediately they are MAGA. But it shows you how they like listen to Tucker Carlson, Fox News, and all of these other ridiculous news channels that require zero critical thinking, where their default setting is to be intellectually lazy, to accept things at face value. How we ended up with a president like Donald Trump, because we don't embrace expertise, intelligence, deduction skills, and we celebrate kids graduating from kindergarten.
Right. Like it's a big deal. We put signs in front of our yard.
I bet all of these people had big kindergarten graduation parties.
There's no question. You know, I was thinking about something you said a while back, like people have to take responsibility for what they read and listen to. They have to take responsibility to find facts. And I think this right here is the perfect illustration of that. playing out in real time.
I think we need to start bullying people that watch Fox News.
I agree.
I think
Shame them.
They need to be bullied for their abject intellectual laziness and the fact that they sit there and serve up this cruelty, and that these Fox viewers sit there and digest it with glee.
Like it.
And I think we need to start calling out what lazy, dumb sociopaths Fox News viewers are. I think they are the dumbest people around us. It is the dumbest thing you can do, watch Fox News. I think it makes you dumber. I'm sure the study will come out shortly.
Right.
I bet you lose IQ points. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I want to see what they're saying. I want to see how Fox News is responding to this moment. So I'll turn it on and I'll watch like 3 minutes of it. And then I can't stand it because they're so breathtakingly stupid. And when you look at Fox News on YouTube and how many subs they have and how many people watch each video, it shows you just how stupid these people are. And then you get to people like Tucker Carlson,
Right.
who just are straight up liars and on Putin's payroll. And you have people that listen to him and think that somehow he knows facts that, intelligence agencies don't know. It's unbelievable. And I think we need to start bullying these conservatives more.
I'm all in. Count me in. Hand raised.
Yeah. Okay. All right, listener. We are on YouTube, everywhere you get your podcast. Please make sure you subscribe. We have merch. Pumps, tell them.
We will see you next Tuesday and Thursday.
I'll tell you what I've had it with. Let's hear it. I've had it with that.
Listen up, patriots, gaytriots, and natriots. We have a new podcast that has dropped. It's called iHip News. It's Monday through Friday, every day, 15 to 20-minute hot takes on the political landscape of the United States of America, always served with a side of petty grievances.
We are on all the available platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google, whatever you get your podcasts, and YouTube.
Please go rate, subscribe, and review so that we will chart upwards with America's greatest legal mind. Pumps, what does an eagle say?
Caw-caw!
A little bit more enthusiasm.
Caw-caw!
That's it. That's
Caw-caw!
the patriotism that this country needs right there.